Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, two big names in the world of Formula One, are back in the spotlight after the Pirelli tire test session that took place at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya. This test is not just an ordinary test, but also an important event for the team to evaluate the performance of the car and measure Ferrari's readiness to face the 2025 season. In addition, with major changes to the regulations to be implemented in 2026, this session is a valuable opportunity to gather data that can help the team adapt to the new rules. Given the various challenges, to what extent will this test help Ferrari in the upcoming competition? Let's examine it thoroughly. With the rule changes that will be implemented in 2026, where the downforce of Formula One cars will be reduced by 20%, the teams participating in the championship must start preparing themselves by developing new strategies to manage tire performance. This adjustment will not only affect the aerodynamic design of the car, but also how the tires respond to changes in the lower air pressure on the track. As the only official tire supplier to Formula One, Pirelli plays a crucial role in ensuring that its tires are able to adapt to the new regulations. Therefore, this test is a very important opportunity for Pirelli to collect various technical data needed to develop the next generation of tires that will meet the needs of future competitions. To support this development, several teams participated in the test session to simulate the conditions that will be faced in the 2026 season. Ferrari and McLaren, two major teams with a long history in the world of Formula One racing, actively participated in this test by making various modifications to their SF24 and MCL60 cars. The modifications were designed to simulate the effects of reduced downforce, allowing engineers and drivers to get a clearer picture of how the tire's characteristics affect the car's performance in different conditions than before. The choice of the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya as the test track was not without reason. This circuit is known to have very challenging track characteristics, with a combination of high-speed corners, long straights and elevation changes that put great stress on the tires. Given these conditions, this test will provide the engineers with the opportunity to analyze in depth various technical aspects, including tire durability in extreme conditions, vehicle performance in different types of corners, and car balance when faced with major changes in aerodynamics. All the data obtained from this test will be valuable material for Pirelli and the Formula One teams to develop the best strategy for the coming seasons. On the first day of pre-season testing, Lewis Hamilton immediately showed his ability as one of the best drivers by setting the fastest time compared to his Ferrari teammates. With a time of 1 minute 15.93 seconds, he managed to beat Charles Leclerc, who also competed in the SF24 car and recorded a time of 1 minute 16.06 seconds after completing a total of 86 laps. The time difference of just 0.13 seconds reflects the closeness of the competition between the two Ferrari drivers and indicates the potential for a fierce battle throughout the coming season. Hamilton, who has just joined Ferrari after years of defending Mercedes, apparently did not take long to adapt to his new car. Although the SF24 was reconfigured for low downforce simulation, he still managed to handle the car well, especially in high-speed corners such as turns 3 and 9. However, despite beating Leclerc, Hamilton's time was still not enough to beat McLaren's Lando Norris, who set the day's fastest time of 1 minute and 15.21 seconds. This result suggests that Ferrari have a lot of homework to do if they are to match McLaren's speed and ensure their competitiveness in the coming season. The second day was a proving ground for Charles Leclerc. After lagging behind on day 1, the Monégasque driver put in an impressive performance to record a time of 1 minute 14.97 seconds, making him the fastest driver in the entire session. Leclerc completed 74 laps with a focus on gathering important data for tire and car development. In contrast, Hamilton struggled in this second session. His time dropped dramatically to 1 minute 16.75 seconds, almost 2 seconds slower than Leclerc. What caused this drop in performance? Several reports suggest that Ferrari ran different testing programs for its two drivers. Hamilton focused more on testing tire durability and consistency over long races, while Leclerc pursued the best lap times with a different strategy. However, this result still raises the question of whether Leclerc found something more in his car setup or whether Hamilton simply struggled with the conditions of the car being tested. The analysis of test results in the Formula One world cannot be used as a definitive benchmark, but it still provides important insights for teams and fans, especially in understanding the potential of each driver and team. Hamilton, who has just joined Ferrari, immediately showed his ability to understand the characteristics of the car he is driving. His consistency on the first day of testing is proof that he is still one of the best drivers, especially in terms of car development and performance analysis. His ability to adapt quickly is a very important added value for the Ferrari team. Meanwhile, Leclerc, who had a less than satisfactory first day, came back with full confidence on day 2 and showed an exceptional ability to adapt to changing conditions. The pace he showed could be a sign that he is ready to be a serious threat to Hamilton in the 2025 season, with his potential increasingly maturing. Although Leclerc's lap time is faster than Hamilton's, the fact that Norris is still ahead in overall time shows that Ferrari is not yet in the best position to challenge for the title. This shows that the team still needs to work hard and continue to improve the development of the car in order to compete with stronger rival teams such as McLaren and Red Bull, who looked superior in this test session. The competition seen between Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc in this season's testing session could be just a glimpse of what will happen in the 2025 season. Ferrari, known for its long history of dealing with internal rivalries between its drivers, as seen in the rivalry between Fernando Alonso and Felipe Massa, as well as between Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc, will certainly face a big challenge in managing this dynamic. With Hamilton bringing his vast experience and intelligence in reading and understanding the characteristics of the car, and Leclerc having natural speed and an extraordinary fighting spirit, Ferrari could gain significant advantages if they are able to manage this rivalry wisely. Conversely, if not managed carefully, this rivalry could actually backfire on the team and threaten their chances of competing for the championship title. In addition to the fierce competition within its own team, Ferrari now faces a much greater challenge from rival teams that continue to innovate and evolve rapidly. McLaren, for example, have shown great potential with their two talented drivers, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, both of whom are increasingly showing exceptional ability on the track. Meanwhile, the Red Bull team, which currently dominates the world of Formula One racing, remains the main favorite, thanks to the presence of Max Verstappen, who is increasingly mature and able to dominate almost every race he participates in. Not to be left behind, Mercedes, even though they have just lost their key figure, Lewis Hamilton, remains a team to be reckoned with, especially in terms of the technological innovations they continue to develop. On the other hand, the results of the recent test show that Ferrari still has some homework to do. The team must continue to refine its car to be able to compete at its best, while also leveraging the strengths of its two drivers, Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, to help the team achieve better results. If Ferrari can translate the results of this test into significant improvements in the car's performance, it is not impossible that the 2025 season will be a very important turning point in the Scuderia Ferrari team's journey in Formula One. The Pirelli tire test that took place in Barcelona has provided the Ferrari team with valuable insights as they prepare for the 2025 Formula One season and welcome the big changes that will take place in the upcoming 2026 season. During the test, Lewis Hamilton showed exceptional consistency and intelligence in the development of the car, while Charles Leclerc demonstrated high speed and mental toughness, which allowed him to cope well with the various challenges on the track. However, even though Ferrari is increasingly establishing itself as a contender again, they still face stiff competition from other teams, especially McLaren, who continue to show significant improvements, as well as Red Bull, who still dominate the top board. In this case, Ferrari will certainly have to work harder to get back to winning ways and regain their position at the top of the standings. One of the big questions is whether Hamilton and Leclerc can work together to bring Ferrari the glory they have been waiting for. Let us know your opinion in the comments section.